This show is powered by CertSign.
5.O.S. cu Sorin Badea.
5 minutes. 5 minutes of.
It's like a new video.
5 minutes of science?
Yes, your 5 minutes of science. Salutare! Sorin Badea sunt și aici găsești principalele informații științifice ale zilei. Să nu pierdem timpul și să pornim în călătoria noastră. Avem 5 știri pe zi și un răspuns esențial la o întrebare arzătoare. Așa că, hai să începem!
Standing by for launch command.
Pocket News.
T-minus 2 minutes.
Pocket News and Rocket News.
Thanks to an MIT-designed instrument, a NASA mission has produced oxygen on another planet for the first time. NASA's Perseverance rover has been making milestones on Mars since landing on the red planet a few months ago. Its latest historic accomplishment is the first creation of oxygen from carbon dioxide in the thin Mars atmosphere. Mission time is measured in sols or Martian days. Oxygen production was achieved early in the evening of April 20, or, if you want, on the early morning on Sol 60 in the Just Zero crater. Moxie, or Mars Oxygen In-Situ Resource Utilization Experiment, a small gold box-shaped instrument on the rover, successfully demonstrated that a solid oxide electrolysis technology for converting the Martian atmosphere to oxygen is a reliable source. The atmosphere on Mars is about 95% carbon dioxide. China's southern spaceport of Wenchang will build a supercomputing center by year-end to analyze data obtained from space, according to Reuters. With a planned investment of 20 billion yuan, almost $3.1 billion, the supercomputing center will provide big data services for industries including the aerospace and marine sectors starting in 2022. Also, in the next decade, China envisions massive constellation of commercial satellites that can offer services ranging from high-speed internet for aircraft to tracking coal shipments. To meet the demand for satellite launches, the country will have to build bigger rockets that can carry more satellites or build more launch sites, or both. Tyrannosaurus rex was a fearsome predator, but it sure wasn't a particularly fast mover. In fact, most humans could easily keep up with the dinosaur. T-Rex would have covered just under 3 miles in an hour, a speed similar to that of humans and many other animals, and at its preferred walking speed, according to new calculations by Dutch paleontologists. However, this pace is slower than other estimates. The research team calculated a steep rhythm from a computer model of a T-Rex trail. The scientists then multiplied the step rhythm by the step length found in fossilized tracks for an estimated baseline walking speed of 2.86 miles per hour. To estimate walking speed, researchers took into account the impact of tail movement. Also, the team did not estimate the T-Rex's maximum speed in this research, but plans to do so using the same method in the future. Understanding how a predator like T-Rex moved can help paleontologists better understand dinosaur behavior and ancient ecosystems. A crewed SpaceX mission to the International Space Station has been postponed by a day due to concerns over the weather. NASA said that the flight had been scheduled for today because of an unfavorable weather forecast, and it will now be set for Friday, the US Space Agency said. A SpaceX rocket is to carry 4 astronauts to the International Space Station in the second routine mission since the United States resumed crewed space flight and the first with a European member. Friday's flight will reuse the booster rocket used in the Crew 1 mission at first, and the Crew Dragon capsule will be the same as that used in the test mission. The mission, called Crew 2, involves 4 astronauts, and they will overlap for a few days with the members of Crew 1 before that team returns from its 6th month mission. Kessler Foundation researchers showed that people with multiple sclerosis experience subtle language impairments, while some early research suggested that the language ability is largely intact in people with MS. Recent studies indicate that language impairments may exist but are too subtle to be quantified by standard neuropsychological tests. As a result, verbal fluency deficits observed in MS are often attributed to impaired processing speed and executive functions rather than language ability. Because individuals with MS have been presumed to have intact language ability, more comprehensive tests are rarely performed, says the lead author of the study. The team analyzed data from 74 individuals with MS to evaluate the contribution of various cognitive factors to verbal fluency, including language ability, oral motor speed, processing speed, and executive functions. The result showed that the verbal fluency deficit in MS reflect underlying language impairment. The study was published in Multiple Sclerosis and Related Disorders.
Acestea au fost cele 5 idei de astăzi. Urmează și rubrica noastră cu invitat. 1Q.
Today at 1Q we have a short mindset from Neil deGrasse Tyson.
1Q.
I've had several people come up to me and said, what can I do to be you? And the only aspect of me that's really doable is I can tell you what my academic pedigree is and what I did as a kid and what things interested me. But what I do day to day is not the fulfillment of some pre-existing job description. It's just things that I took interest in on my own that the general public happen to also appreciate or like or want access to. And so within my job description as director of the Hayden Planetarium and as an educator, as an astrophysicist, I kept accreting other things that I did that people responded to, positively responded to. So I can tell you about the academic pedigree. The rest, you have to create what it is that you do best that layers onto the formal training that may be behind it. I think the greatest of people that have ever been in society, they were never versions of someone else.
1Q.
Your 5 minutes of science are over and you are smarter. Sorin Badea sunt și ne auzim mâine.
Like, share and subscribe.
5.O.S. cu Sorin Badea. Această emisiune nu este un pamflet.
This show was powered by certare.